Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome to the first video of the new month. We are now in July. I've got loads and loads of cool content planned this month and I am really looking forward to it. I hope you guys will be here to show your support on the channel. As always for this month, we are looking to grow massively and bring a load of interesting content to the channel. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Of course, this month pre-season will be starting too. We've hopefully got the Messi contract renewal announcement that will hopefully come later this month, perhaps in a week or so. But in today's video, we're going to be starting the month with some player sales. We want to be talking about the fact that, look, we all know Barcelona need to sell this summer. We desperately need this to progress. But is it going to happen? In today's video, I'm going to be going through a lot of players saying, yes, it is going to happen. Player sales will happen this summer. Things will be done. And with Laporta, there hopefully will be big decisions made and movement in the squad. So then guys, let's start by going through a few players who are going to be leaving this summer and what we are hearing from that front. Let's start with Jean-Claire Todibo. He was, of course, one of the players, out on loan last season. He is now officially sold there to Nice, so that is some money for Barcelona, 8.5 in total, I believe, or maybe 7.5. And then you've got the variables too, which could take it up to about 15 million euros. So Todibo, one of many players that Barcelona wanted to move on, of course, this summer. And of course, in our absolutely huge squad, including the loans, it is important to get people out and get some funds in. Next up, we have Konrad de la Fuente. He is another one, of course, from La Masia, but he could have been part of the first team next season. He is indeed officially now sold to Marseille. That happened a few days back now, so he's going to be going there with Jorge Sampaoli. Their sporting director, Pablo Logroña, has been making some big moves in the market there, and he has taken Konrad there from Barcelona. There's no real buyback clause in that one. All we're hearing is that there will be a big percentage of the future sale going to Barcelona if that was to happen. But yeah, Konrad is gone, guys. That's another player out of the squad. Whether we agree with it or not is another matter, but Konrad will not be here next season. Next up, we've got a very interesting one, a player that I'm sure we were all thinking has to go this summer, Matheus Fernandes. What a bizarre signing. I've talked about that a few times on the channel now. It's a really odd situation, isn't it? But Matheus, guys, has officially been released from Barcelona, not even sold. I'm sure that Laporta and the club sat down with him and said, look, reduce your salary, find a way out, find the loan, find a transfer somewhere. I'm guessing he refused, and Laporta said, that's enough. We've released him, we've paid his contract out. That's what's going to be happening, you'd imagine anyway, and Matheus is no longer a Barcelona player, so probably the player we were thinking, how on earth are we going to get rid of him this summer? Laporta said, you know what, you are gone. And I am hoping, guys, as you'll see later on in the video, that perhaps can happen with a few other players too. If they don't want to go, if they're not willing to reduce their salary, we've had enough of this making Barcelona a holiday home really for these guys on huge wages. They've got to go, and I'm hoping that, that 500 million loan from Goldman Sachs that we got, maybe just a little bit of that could be used to release some of these players. Next up, guys, we've got our biggest sale so far, and that is something that is hopefully going to be made official very, very soon. At the time of recording this video, it isn't official yet, but we are hearing that over this weekend, maybe, it will be. Junior Firpo is off to Leeds, guys. There were loads of rumours with Firpo saying it could be the Premier League, but it's most likely going to be the Serie A. It could be a loan, it could be a transfer. Barcelona always held their stance. They wanted it to be a transfer. They wanted some funds for Firpo. They didn't want this to be a situation that he comes back next summer, and then we try and scramble him out again. We've got the money. Leeds have offered to pay there about 15 million euros. That's what Barcelona will be getting. Some of that will have to go to Betis and there'll be variables here and there. But 15 million is the price tag for Firpo. That's what Leeds will be paying. And Firpo there, our sub left back, will be moving on this summer. So that, of course, means, another player out, another player we expected to leave this summer. And for Barcelona, that, of course, also means you would expect a signing in the left back area. At least one, in fact. Next up, we got Umtiti. Now, this is the first player of the batch that haven't actually gone yet, but could be on their way out soon. I haven't included absolutely everyone in this video, but just a few of the main ones who I think are on their way out decently soon and who we could actually be seeing leave the door, who perhaps under Bartomeu wouldn't have been going this summer. Umtiti is, of course, someone, who used to be a fantastic centre-back, really one of the best in the world for Barcelona, for the French national team. But let's be honest, guys, it's been a disaster over the last 2-3 years, really. His injuries, he barely plays, he's not fit enough, his knee is in an absolute state, he looks very sluggish when he's on the field nowadays, and of course, he is on huge wages and never wants to leave Barcelona. This summer, we're going to try and get him out, either on a cheap sale or on a loan where the other club agrees to pay his wages, but that is just so difficult to do, and the reason that is because of Umtiti's extortionate wages. You look at a club like Marseille, for example, who have taken Konrad. We have good relationships with them, with their sporting director and whatnot, but they are not going to be paying Umtiti's unbelievable wages. He would walk into Marseille and be the clear clear top earner at their club. So that is just not going to happen unless he agrees to a big wage cut. So you know what he says? He says, yep, I won't agree to it. I'll just stay at Barcelona. I'll stay on the bench here. I'll have my wages. And hopefully, guys, we take the same sort of action that we took with Matheus. Of course, it's very different situations. Releasing Umtiti compared to releasing Matheus Fernandes are two very, very different things. You know, Umtiti used to be a top centre-back for us, one of the best in the world, as I mentioned. So I do get the feeling that releasing him on his big wages, not only would it cost a lot, but it would be a big statement from Barcelona. But if he refuses to go, even on loan, if he refuses to cut his salary at all, I would expect Laporta to make a big decision here. And I'm hoping, guys, that if that is the case, and if he does refuse to go out, we can indeed release Umtiti. That would be a big statement, but it is the sort of big statement that I'm looking for us to be making this summer. Next up, guys, we've got Carlos Aleñá. What we're hearing in the news is that Aleñá is another player who will be on his way out pretty soon. Again, it's nothing too advanced, but I only wanted to include people in this video who I think could be leaving, let's say in the next 2 or 3 weeks. That's the way I wanted to do this, and I think Aleñá is one of those players, like Umtiti, like Firpo, who could be going soon. We don't know if it'll be a loan. It could even be a swap deal with Valencia, we heard, and that would allow Gaia to come to the club, but there are other teams interested. We know Wolves are interested in the Premier League. We know that Getafe are interested in getting Aleñá back. That could be a loan, that could be a purchase. I'd expect Aleñá to go for about 8 million euros pretty soon. Next 2 weeks, I think Aleñá will be sold from the club, and if not, it will be a loan. So I thought I'd include him in this video. Players are going to be leaving Barcelona, and I've already gone through 6 there, so that does bring the squad down significantly for the next transfer window. And finally, guys, for this video, I've gone ahead and included Martin Braithwaite, players having a pretty good European Championships, actually. And I actually expect this transfer to be completed after the championships are over. So Braithwaite, he could get to the semi-final. He could even get to the final and win the whole thing. So I'm expecting, you know, maybe July the 15th, 2 weeks time or so, Braithwaite then could be looking for a way out in the market. You know, we know there are clubs interested in the Premier League. Also, like Aleñá, he's been linked to Valencia for the Gaia swap deal. I'm sure there are going to be numerous teams interested in Braithwaite, and I've said it for a while now. He will be a player who we will be able to sell this summer, so that is going to be good. And hopefully for him, he gets a good move for himself, where he will be getting first-team football. And hopefully for us, guys, we get a good fee for Braithwaite, perhaps even around 15 million, which is similar to what we paid for him. And I didn't expect us to be getting that much for Braithwaite, so that hopefully will be a good sale. Those are 7 players I've gone through. I think right now those are the most likely to go, of course. I could go into even more details I have done in other videos and say, you know, Neto and perhaps even Longley and Sergio Roberto and even Trincao. There are other players, of course, who will be leaving this summer, I do indeed believe. But I think right now, those 7 in the video are the guys that have either already gone or that could go in the next 2 or 3 weeks. That's the way I see it. Operation Exit. It will happen this summer. Laporta's put his foot down. Clearly negotiations are going well in my opinion. And we just hope now that the best solution is found for these players and for the club. So that's where I'm going to tie up this video. As always, leave any of your thoughts in the comments down below. I've got loads and loads of videos planned, so I do hope to get those out to you guys in the next week. So this month, I'm hoping, is going to be a really good one. And also, of course, the new season is going to be starting next month, officially in August. There's when La Liga starts. So lots of content coming up. We're nearly back in full flow now, aren't we, here? Last month, as I said a few times, it was a bit tricky to get content out, but we are looking all good now. So we're going to be getting back to that soon. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully you enjoyed. As always, leave your thoughts. And hopefully I'll be speaking again with you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.